I seen this move coming a mile away. I swear I did. Now, y'all didn't, but I did. And in this video, I'm going to break everything down. Shakur Stevenson does it again. Currently, Shakur is sparring with somebody who's about to face somebody else that he doesn't get along with. In this video, I'll break it down. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Well. What do we have here? What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, Shakur Stevenson does it again, and I predicted his move. Let me explain. Shakur is currently sparring. That's right. Currently sparring with his friend, Ray Ford. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Some of y'all are like, but Ego, that's his friend. They're besties. Of course he's going to help him prepare for a fight. But in this video, stay tuned to the end. I think it's deeper than that. And I'm going to explain and expose what Shakur is really doing, right? So, at first glance, yeah, it could just feel like that's his friend, that's his crony. He's helping him stay in shape in training camp, prepare for a fight. But I personally think it's deeper than that. Here's why. To understand what I'm about to say, you have to know who his homie, Ray Ford, is about to fight. OShaquie Foster. Dun, dun, dun. And there we have it, folks. Now, in case you're just learning boxing or you don't know, OShaquie Foster had an excellent performance versus Stephen Coolboy Fulton, dominated him, and then afterwards called out, you guessed it, Shakur Stevenson, and said, this ain't my weight class of 135, which is Shakur's weight class, but I'll fight you. And he also went on record saying him and Shakur have bad blood. They were cool at one point. They have sparred with each other. And he's pretty much claiming that he got the best of the sparring and so on and so forth. Shakur clapped back, said his own thing. And ultimately, what Shakur decided to do instead of take this challenge is he tried a little boy OShaquie Foster and basically said, I got bigger fish to fry. I'm not fighting you, even though you're pretty much about to be my mandatory at lightweight after beating Fulton. So you fight my homie, Ray Ford. Now, OShaquie Foster, being who he is, true warrior, that's exactly what he's doing. Him and Ray Ford also have beef, and he came out and it was announced that they will be fighting each other. So I love that fight. I think it's a very good fight. So props to OShaquie Foster, called out the bigger name, Shakur, called out the big dog, and then couldn't get it. So he moved back down where he's a champion. And now he's calling out the little homie, the little brother, Ray Ford. And the two had a run-in at some DAZN fight, talked a little bit of trash shortly after the fight got made. And we have a date, a venue, we good, right? So I respect that warrior mentality, which the game of boxing is certainly missing with a lot of these new fighters, Gen Z fighters from yesteryear. So many guys are talking about, I'm a big draw, I'm a cash cow, I'm the A side. Really haven't done nothing. They really can't go to any state in America outside of possibly where they're from and sell out no type of crowd. They have no type of pay-per-view numbers. And then when you look through their comment section, it's a ton of fans who are ridiculing them, clowning them, posting GIFs and memes, and don't really seem to be like diehard fans on their quote-unquote side. So I am personally of the belief that there are a lot of fighters pump faking with delusions of grandeur, and they truly believe that they're just bigger to the sport of boxing and bigger brands than what they are. I'm not saying they're bad fighters. Never said that. But at the end of the day, you're also not as big as you're claiming to be. These Gen Z fighters, they definitely ain't holding the game down at all. I feel like boxing is looking watered down, is looking bad, and a lot of these fighters are delusional. Delusions of grandeur. They think they really are moving the needle, when in actuality, it's like, what have you really accomplished? What on earth have you done? Like, what do you think you've done at this stage of your career? And more fighters with social media and the uptick of the usage of social media, I feel more and more people are becoming kind of delusional in terms of their actual value and what they're bringing into the game. They're acting like everybody else is the problem and they know it all, this, that, and the third. And for me, I come from lifelong boxing, avid boxing watcher. This is probably the dark times of boxing. Like, I hate to sound dramatic, but we truly are kind of in the dark times of the dark ages of boxing, if you're really being honest. Because people, they're not building the brands, they're not building excitement. Fights get hyped up. You watch the fight, not even like memorable. Like, how many fights have you watched in the last 6 months that you think are all-time classics? And then please put that in the comment section, and I'll tell you, when I read them, I'm going to show you some real boxing classics, not whatever fight you guys have mentioned. You know what I mean? So we'll go classic for classic. Y'all let me know in the comment section, fight that you've seen in the last 6 months that you thought was legendary, all-time classic, right? What is it? Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, right? What is the fight? Jermaine Franklin versus Moses Atuma. Like, I mean, what fight did y'all watch that y'all felt in the last 6 months was legendary, right? So moving on, I expected this from Shakur Stevenson. Your ops, your enemy is about to fight your friend, and now you're trying to do everything possible in your power to try to help and alley-oop and assist him to beat Ray Ford, because you feel that somehow that makes you look better. Now, another similarity that I noticed is you look at Terrence Crawford, you look at Shakur Stevenson, and you look at Clarissa Shields. They are all like kind of a circle and friends. And the funny thing is, they all have some similarities there. Like, if we're really being honest and we're really being fair, there are some true similarities to their narcissism, their personalities, etc., if you pay attention, right? Where, like, you'll have Crawford, he said he don't care about the WBC belt no more. Now, all of a sudden, Shakur don't care about belt, right? So it's kind of all over the place. Clarissa Shields is like, oh, I'm going to fight Lauren Price because it's 2 Olympians. So she's still on the accolades, undisputed, 2 Olympians fighting. But then people like Shakur and Crawford, who have always kind of looked at, hey, I'm accomplished and I was an amateur, I'm an Olympian, and they looked at these things as bragging rights. Now suddenly they're acting like they're above the belts and they don't care about accolades, they care about making top dollar. Very weird shift in the culture with these guys. Very weird behavior, because you didn't come in the game acting like that. You came in the game saying, hey, I want to be on Mount Rushmore. I want to be up there with the greats. Now you're kind of saying something different. Another similarity is this so-called like brotherhood, sisterhood, where you want to attach your name to somebody else who doesn't like the person you like. These people are acting exactly the same. And I could give you several examples. Clarissa Shields, Alicia Baumgartner, Clarissa Shields, they don't really get along. Now that Clarissa has moved to heavyweight, it's not really likely that she could fight Baumgartner based on the weight discrepancy and disparity, right? So now Clarissa has tried to find a way to attach herself to Caroline Dubois. And then now she's like, oh yeah, Caroline Dubois, fight on my undercard. Baumgartner needs it. So you found a common enemy to hate on Alicia Baumgartner. Or Shadacia Green gets knocked out by Lonnie Daniels, who Clarissa already beat. So now Clarissa's trying to act like she's a super Lonnie Daniels like fan. Oh, you did it with your hard-hitting self, Lonnie Daniels. But really, you have beef with Shadacia and you have beef with Baumgartner. So you're linking up with people that also have beef or beat your ops. Very clear to see. There's an old adage and proverb. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And this is what you're seeing with this buddy-buddy stuff in the sport of boxing. Clarissa beefing with Shadacia, she liked Lonnie Daniels. Clarissa beefing with Alicia Baumgartner, or has in the past, she's besties with Caroline Dubois. And so on and so forth. Now, this video is about Shakur, so we'll get to him. Shakur has expressed he don't mess with Tank no more. He called Tank a weirdo, said he wants to fight him, says they're no longer friends. Tank, Gervonta Davis, has taken shots at Shakur as well. And then when Tank was about to fight Jake Paul, who ran over to Jake Paul's camp to try to assist him in beating Tank? Oh, that's right, Shakur Stevenson. So I predicted this and I called it out, and it happened. Now that OShaquie Foster, another rival of yours, is about to fight Ray Ford, who's you're cool with, now all of a sudden you want to get him, just like you try to do with Jake Paul. You want to help because you feel like somehow it attaches you. And if Ray Ford beats OShaquie, and if Jake Paul were to beat Gervonta Davis, even though the fight got canceled, if it were to happen, you would take some solace in knowing that you helped to achieve that. Or you want to take some credit like, yeah, man, I had Ray Ford in dog shape. I had Jake Paul ready. So really, all this brotherhood stuff looked bad in boxing, and it looked corny. You know what I mean? Like, you got, oh, I won't fight Keyshawn Davis, we're brothers. And then now you're trying to form Voltron with the fighters you're cool with or don't have a problem with to help other fighters get beat. We have never been in lamer times in the sport of boxing. Like, for example, can you imagine Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis? They don't really see eye to eye. That would be like Lennox Lewis teaming up with Razor Ruddock or Mitch Green or Spinks or Trevor Berbick to try to get Mike Tyson beat. You see how like weird that looks? Or a more modern variation would be Mayweather and Pacquiao don't get along, high stakes fight, and then somebody else that don't like Floyd Mayweather, right? They jump in the mix and jump into Pacquiao's camp because they too don't like Floyd Mayweather. Like, let's say Gervonta Davis, he's been at odds with Floyd. So that would be like Gervonta Davis getting in Manny Pacquiao's camp to try to help assist him and get him in the best shape possible in order to try to beat Mayweather because it's a common thread enemy. Weird times in boxing. And Shakur, we don't know who he's fighting. We haven't had an announcement. Everything coming out about it, he's denying. And he's calling out people and then saying he needs a rehydration clause, so on and so forth. We don't know what's your next move in your actual career, right? OShaquie called you out and you rather help someone else beat him than you do it yourself. And then you don't even have an announced fight. It's very weird times. We don't know who Shakur's fighting. He said the Devin Haney rumor is cap. And then now all of a sudden you have time to help other people fight. And we don't even know what's next in your career.